Okay, so I think I watched way too much CinemaSins as a kid, and it like ruined movies for me forever.
Okay, can you explain what that is?
Okay, so like people who are as cultured as me will know the YouTube channel CinemaSins. Okay, um, it's a YouTube channel where basically this guy essentially plays like entire movies, but it's like cut around and sped up, and he is narrating over it. And there's like a beep, like a bing that goes off every time there's a sin in the movie, and it's like just something dumb happening. For example, my favorite cinema sin video is when they did Harry Potter and the Half Blood Prince, and there's like this scene of them. Trisha, I don't know the last time you watched this movie, but there's a scene where they're at the Quidditch team tryouts, and they're all like, Hermione's in the stands, Ron is down the field, Harry's down in the field, and Cormac McLagan is down on the field. And like Cormac is trying to impress Hermione up in the stands. But they show this scene where like there's all this eye contact happening from like everyone in different areas of the arena. But then it zooms it out to show how it's actually impossible because it's so big. Like that is considered a sin in cinema sins, right? But it's very
Okay.
funnily done. But anyways, I was at the movies the other day and I was watching Gran Turismo, and I like in my head like the cinema sins man was speaking. Like I just
You're like
I
looking
just kept
for like
I
like
yeah,
things that are not supposed to make sense in the movie.
yeah, and I kept noticing them and then hearing him like narrate that to me. Like for example, a lot of times in a movie they will like have a character explain something, but it's in the movie it's written as the characters explaining it to the other characters when really it's only there to explain what's happening to the viewer. And in this movie there were two instances where that was so obvious, and I just like all I could think of was cinema sins. And it happens to me a lot during movies.
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. Like if you're training your brain to look for these things while you're watching movies, are you really enjoying the movies or are you looking out
See,
for
that's what I
these?
was thinking while I was watching Gran Turismo, because I was like, oh, like I want to be enjoying this. I was so excited to see this movie, but I was kind of getting annoyed because it was kind of dumb. And I was like, I'm noticing all these things, XYZ, that's wrong. But then, like, the last 45 minutes of that movie, the best, most like chilling, adrenaline fueling series of film that I've ever seen in my life. Like, I was on the edge of my seat, my jaw on the ground. Okay?
Wait, I'm actually looking forward to seeing this movie. I'm glad that you saw it already.
No, yeah, like most of the movie is really terrible. But then the last like 45 minutes was just like pure art. It goes from 0 to 100 as fast as those GT cars do.
Huh.
Thanks for that.
I never really think to look at movies through that lens, but I think I'm gonna look out for these now.
Oh my god, I just realized this whole time my light wasn't on.
To our audio
Sorry
listeners,
about that.
she just turned her light on.
But YouTube viewers, I look gorgeous for you now. All right, should we dive
Have
in
you
to
seen
our
Big Hero 6?
stop? Look, I'm just so comfy. It's not my fault. We had to wait for you and producer Mebby to be done watching Dancing with the Stars in order to record tonight.
You know,
And I got comfy.
I'm actually like surprised you don't watch the show.
Me too, but now it's like on the principle like I can't start.
No, but like you can and it's okay.
No, I can't.
Like
Like
you're
I need to
encouraged
be
to watch.
I no, like I need to be like I need to have my own thing here, okay? Let me have this.
You're like purposely trying to be a hater.
I'm not. I when did I hate?
You just want
When
to.
did
You
I
just want to.
hate?
You
I
just
think
want to be different. You want to be the only one in the group that doesn't
yes,
watch.
yes,
But like,
yes.
it's
That is
something we can
exactly
all
what I'm
bond
saying.
over.
Okay, and there's not other things we can't all bond over.
No, I'm just saying. Just one extra thing on the list.
Well, I already know we wouldn't get along because my favorite on the show is no one else seems to care about him. Okay, no one else cares about Mauricio Umansky.
I do. Real estate mogul? Are you kidding me?
You you literally I texted in the group chat so many times. I was so excited for Mauricio and I was like, why didn't anyone tell me Mauricio was on
I
it? And you never responded.
Okay, but do I
So how
ever
was I supposed to
respond?
know?
No, no, no. But I did. I commented
You
on
were
him when
um you were
I was
texting
active.
about Dancing with the Stars.
I was active right now. Yeah, that's why we were
Like,
watching. And I was active when
yeah,
he
and then you
performed.
ignored my
And
text about Mauricio.
I love him. I
Talking
do.
about Mauricio, I've recently started watching The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and we all know our girl Kyle Richards is a main character, so Mauricio Umansky is frequently on the show. And it's great. Like literally every episode he's there.
He's a very pretty man with very pretty teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Can we talk about how season 1 of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills had his 40th birthday party and he already had 5 kids?
Oh wow.
Granted, one of them wasn't his biologically, but still, I was like, oh my god. And he is successful.
Claps for Mauricio. I'm more of a
Mauricio
real housewife.
Umansky. No, you please go. I was just going to tell Mauricio that he was a friend of the show, and so if he wanted to come on the pod, we would love that.
Oh, for sure. For sure. And bring your ex-wife or wife or wherever you guys stand now. Oh,
What?
oh my god, wait, I'm sorry. So no, 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 no. Okay, so now you obviously know he was going
Wait,
through.
are you?
He's going. Yeah, right now they're going through a divorce, but and he like that was part of his intro for Dancing with the Stars. But she was there in the audience, like she was there. I'm actually surprised that you're being so shocked, right? Like you're acting so shocked because we literally said that in the group chat.
When? I know
Did we
you said
not?
she was there. I didn't know they were getting a divorce.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
I'm sorry, I broke the news to you.
no, you like actually did. I had no idea. Dang, I'm
Gotcha,
sad.
gotcha.
What? You're kidding. You're
No,
joking.
no, I'm actually not. I just didn't want to be the one to break the news to you. I'm sorry for
Trisha.
this emotional roller
Okay.
coaster. Okay,
Oh my
but
god, you don't
what I
even
was
know the I've had. Like,
what I was going to say is Real Housewives of New Jersey is where it's at.
yeah, I heard that was like the third best installment. So,
It's incredible.
okay, maybe if I get through Beverly Hills, I'll watch New Jersey.
Well, there's no point in watching Beverly Hills because you already know how it ends. Oh,
Well, I want to
you're
know what
already
happens to
caught up.
Kim. I want to know what happens to Kim. I want to see. There's like a part I think at the very end of an episode of Beverly Hills where they like tease Vanderpump Rules. So I'm very excited. I think it's in season 3 to get to that. Um so I'm in it for the long haul with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Someone from Vanderpump Rules is also on Dancing with the Stars.
Ariana, I know. I know.
Her partner Pasha is my favorite instructor or partner,
Really?
I should say. Yeah, Pasha's
So
my
I don't know
favorite.
anything about any of the pros except for Riley. She's the only one I know anything about.
Oh my god.
We can't get into her. We can't get into
We're
her.
not gonna get into her, but a lot of them have like a lot of them are like connected. A lot of them are married. Actually, no, I'm gonna
Mhm.
retract that. Probably like two of them are married. Actually, no, I'm also gonna retract that. One couple is married. They have a child. Another one also has a child. I'm probably blanking out on something else too. But you should watch the show.
No. Thanks for your input.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so now that we're 10 minutes into our recording and have not introduced this podcast once, should we do that?
Sure.
All right, welcome everyone to Beanbag Banter, where where Trisha and I, Sally, banter about anything while sitting on our beanbags.
Yep, you got it. So,
Okay, so shall we? Oh my
let's dive
god.
in. Let's dive into our beanbag
Yeah,
and
we need to
banters.
dive into those beanbags banters. You want to go first? You want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right. So my banter, and this kind of goes along with actually what we were just talking about, because my banter is that I finally got caught up on Vanderpump Rules. I know, I know. I did only start watching in May after Scandal happened, and I didn't watch any of it. Okay, I knew what happened, the very basics of it. Didn't watch any of it all summer. Watched the entire series. Over this weekend. Tuesday we're recording this. I think it was last Wednesday is when I watched Sandoval or Scandival. Um, Finally got to it, and it was just like the most wonderful, like shocking, enticing, intriguing bits of television that I have ever watched. Um, and that is including those reunions. Poo poo head, you know. Uh, so I really, really enjoyed that.
It's actually funny that you say that because I feel like with a lot of the television you do watch, you get very invested and you're very passionate about it. So to hear you say it's probably one of the best you've ever seen is it's jarring. Well, also I haven't watched it. So
Okay,
it's
so in the episode before Scandival, there's this wonderful sequence that the producers did where they have Lala sitting down with James and they cut it like Lala speaking present day and then they'll like go back to the scene she's talking about and it's in like black and white and they do like a, rewind sound with like film edit, like a film style edit, like rewinding, and then they go back and forth like talking about the timeline of like, oh, it's weird that, Sandoval was at the alley with Raquel or the Abbey with Raquel, and then what happened on guys night at the Mondrian, and then why did Raquel stay over at Sandoval's when Ariana was out of town? Like her talking through this whole sequence of events with the flashbacks was just like genius.
okay. If anyone listening knows what she's talking about, leave a comment down below because I do not.
It was so good. Okay, moving on because we need to move on or we'll be here all day. My bag is that I have an injured sesamoid bone in my foot. Um,
I'm actually very proud of you for finally getting that properly checked out.
Thank you, thank you. Anyone that knows me will know that I have been complaining about my foot since May, so about 4 months now. And I finally went to the podiatrist, and he's like, touching my foot and like moving it around.
I bet you like
And he
that.
eventually came to the okay, don't be weird. He eventually came to the conclusion that my sesamoid bone is injured. For viewers that don't know, it's like the ball of your foot directly under the big toe. There's two tiny bones there. The one on
Insert
the like
maybe insert
inside.
picture of Sally's X-ray here.
The picture I sent wasn't my X-ray. It was just from the internet.
Oh, I thought
I
that
didn't
was
get this
your
X-ray.
foot.
No, it's just a foot. Oh my god, no! I wouldn't have
Oh
sent. I
well.
wouldn't have. That's personal. I wouldn't have sent that.
Okay, maybe still insert picture here of what she sent and that I thought was her foot.
So basically, this tiny bone is injured. He said it's most likely a fracture, stress fracture. That's like too small to show up on an X-ray. And basically, I can't do like anything using my legs, like exercise wise, for at least 6 weeks.
Six
Like he literally
weeks.
6 weeks. He says, like no squats, no lunges, no deadlifts, don't walk bare feet, so I wear sandals and slippers in the house now. He said, you know, like, don't really go walking. I was like, you mean like don't use walking as a form of exercise? He's like, nope, stick to the biking and the rower machine. Um, so it stinks.
Can you walk for long periods of time? Like not in terms of exercising, but just like walk for a while.
I mean, I shouldn't, but it's hard. Like, this is why it's a tough thing to heal because like as humans, we're obviously on our feet. It's how we get around places, and so when it's an injury that's constantly being re-injured by stepping, you know what I mean? So I shouldn't. I mean, I will because I've got to get places. But yeah,
You should get one of those scooters that you put your knee up on
no,
and
no, no, thanks. Well, that's another thing. My knee, according to my doctor, is so highly deformed that I need to see a specialist.
you have an extra
So
bone in your knee, don't you?
yes,
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that that was you.
um,
Yeah.
yes, yeah, no, that's me. But so it's on the same leg that this foot injury is on. It's actually so sensitive that I can't like bend and sit on that knee if that makes sense. Like I can't be like putting that on the ground. So I couldn't scooter with that.
Oh, you're really in your bag.
Yeah. But anyways, my banter, wait, my bean, sorry, what I'm excited about my bean is that I actually get to see Trisha
You
on.
stole my bean. You stole my bean.
Okay, that means you have to come up with something different because Mebby said we're not allowed to have the same one anymore.
Mebby,
So
if
I
you're
see
listening to this or when you're listening to this, too bad.
um but I see you on Friday, I think. I don't think you're hanging out with us Thursday.
So you will be seeing me on Thursday.
I'll be seeing Trisha on Thursday.
2 days from it's in 2 days.
2 days. Two
Ah!
days. Coincidentally, the day you are listening to this episode, Trisha
We
and
will
I
be
will be
together.
together.
We'll promote this episode together in person.
We'll do a live Instagram story for everyone.
Wait, that's everything.
All right, so if that's your bean too, what's your bag and banter?
Let me whip out my notes. Yeah, so my bean is obviously seeing my little co-host. Feel like when's the last time we saw each other? Oh, what, like 2 weeks ago?
End of August?
What?
Yeah, it was the end of August I came to visit.
Oh, okay, so 3 weeks ago. Ish. Um,
It's actually been like almost exactly a month, I think.
right. I have no concept of time. Anyways, my bag. Okay, I have two bags. One, my glasses. So I don't know if you noticed, but I am wearing different glasses. These are my granny glasses because, okay, so I broke my pair of glasses, my black Tom Ford glasses that everyone has seen me in. I took them off my face, and as soon as I took them off my face to clean with my cloth, it snapped in half. This is the second time it's happened to these pair of glasses, like to this particular frame. So, this happened
Sorry.
on. Am I boring you? To my audio listeners, she just yawned.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, you're not boring. You're not boring me. I'm so invested in what happened to your glasses, and I'm really sorry that happened because they were really cute. Because I definitely can remember a difference between those and the ones you're currently wearing.
It gets worse.
Oh,
So, this happens Friday before I have to drive home. So, I'm driving home blind. I don't recommend. Yeah, so Saturday morning, I wind up going to like my eye doctor. I'm like, hey, is there anything you guys can do? And they're able to pop my lens into a new frame. So I
okay.
pick out a frame. I wasn't really happy with any of them, but I just picked one out for the sake of getting a new pair of glasses.
You needed one.
I like needed one, which weren't these because I've had these for a while, but I hate these glasses. So like I was just like, I need something else until I can go online, find a frame that I actually like and go through that whole thing. So I get this just pair of clear glasses, nothing special about them. I come home last night. I notice a little crack in the frame. And I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. So I take them off slowly again. And I have to clean. I am always constantly cleaning my glasses. Take them off to clean them. The frame
They snap.
cracks and the lens pop out in my hand. And I'm like, you're
Okay.
joking. So within the past like 3-4 days, I've broken 2 pairs of glasses.
Do you know how, like why they're breaking? What is happening? You're a little
No.
heavy-handed with that cloth.
No. I'm gentle. I've got a soft touch. But yeah, that's one of my bags. The other one, I don't really know if it's a bag. It's definitely bittersweet, but like just a lot has been going on. Um a lot with work has been going on. Our friends Ashna and Vaishu just recently left, but they were in town, or Ashna's still here. So things are just going on with them, and just been constantly moving. And as exciting as it is, I like need a second. Like I don't think my body
Mm-hmm.
can keep up with this stuff anymore. Like I sound like such an old lady. Like I just like and I'm like now I'm getting a little bit under the weather, and I woke up so
She's a girl
congested
on the
this
go.
I am, and I'm just like I'm excited to just sit here and like not have to do anything and like talk to you like
No
oh my
responsibilities, just banter.
just banter for this beautiful Tuesday evening or
Mm-hmm.
late night, I should say. Um,
Yeah.
just like oh, it's always moving. I just take a sec, you know.
Stop
Um,
and smell the roses.
I'm trying. I'm really trying. My banter,
Your bean. No,
my
banter.
bean,
Sorry.
my
No,
banter.
banter. Sorry. Sorry, I got confused.
My
It's your banter.
banter was Sunday. On Sunday, I had brunch, boozy brunch with Vaishu and Ashna, and it was nice to just kind of be alone with them,
Mm-hmm.
um, and just chat. Uh,
Catch up.
yeah, it was definitely it was much needed, and yeah, it was very enjoyable, and we all wound up getting pretty buzzed, and we went to the Met, which if you haven't gone to a museum a little intoxicated, I highly recommend. I mean, I also enjoy museums sober, but it's a great experience.
Well, I'm glad. That does sound like fun. I'm sure Ashna loved it. Ashna definitely loved it. Like she was having the time of her life, I'm sure.
So I would say yes. I'd like to say yes. I mean, we definitely didn't think it out properly because we actually walked to the Guggenheim first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the spiral was closed. So there was no point in going. So the Met's down the street. We walked there. We were probably in there for an hour until they closed. So we barely had
Okay,
time to
right,
really
right,
like
right.
properly look.
You didn't see Van Gogh.
We did see Van Gogh. No, we didn't
Oh,
see
is
Van
he
Gogh.
there? I didn't. Is he there? I don't know. Is
I
he?
think he's
Go,
there,
go.
but we did not see him.
Mm, mm.
Um, so we didn't get to properly like look around at things, but just being obnoxious and goofy in a museum is still fun.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. I'm so glad for that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Why are you giggling?
I don't know. It's just funny.
Right. Okay. Um, so now, should we get into our topics for today?
Before we do that, I have another story for you.
Oh, here we go.
Am I the asshole for refusing to lie to my cousin that dengue fever was a cakewalk? I'm 20 and I've had dengue fever 3 times.
Sorry, am I dumb? Like, what is dengue fever?
Dengue fever is just like this, I want to say viral infection uh that is caused by mosquito bites or like bugs biting you.
Okay. Okay.
Um I've heard it's very painful.
Can it kill you?
I'm not sure. I'd love for
I
our
hope
producer
not.
Mebby to fact check, but she's
Maybe he's not listening
preoccupied.
today.
Yeah, she's occupied. I would love. Let's see if she sees me waving at her. No. Oh, yeah. Oh,
No, she
is,
does.
is she looking? Let's get a head nod. Mebby,
It,
can you
can,
fact check us? Can you die from dengue fever?
oh my god, this poor girl.
Okay. So, am I the asshole for refusing to lie to my cousin that dengue fever is a cakewalk? I'm 20 and I've had dengue fever 3 times. My cousin, 10, got diagnosed with it last evening.
Wait, I'm sorry. You talk about like why dengue fever is plaguing this family first? Hello.
Maybe they live in a tropical area. You don't know.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Okay, I've literally never heard of it before today. Please carry on.
His first time getting this particular disease, which was last evening, my aunt told him, your cousin has had it 3 times and it was always a cakewalk for him. So now he wants me to tell him if it's really been that easy. Now, I'm usually for being positive, but I just don't know if I should lie and tell him it's been easy when it's always been really painful. The first 2 times were from when I was really young, and I can't actually remember that much. My parents said I was in a lot of pain. The third time I can still remember. Really painful disease. Felt it in my bones and joints. I don't think I should set him up to be surprised. So I declined. I told him just make sure you drink lots of water. I didn't tell him it was a cakewalk like my aunt asked me to. She was upset, saying that if I just told him it was easy, he might find it easy, like a placebo effect. Would it have been better if I lied to him? Am I the asshole?
So, I mean, to be honest, like I actually don't think it matters in the slightest. Like,
Really?
cousin was gonna feel whatever he felt no matter what this other dude told him. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense what I'm saying?
It does, but I also understand like calming someone down. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I
oh,
get the placebo effect thing. Like, if you're not expecting it, like, because if he thinks it's gonna be bad, he's gonna be like expecting that pain, and it's gonna like
make it
heighten it.
worse.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or so
Make
I
it more
get that, but just
anxious.
like in general, like yeah, in general, I feel like no, and it's also at the same time, it doesn't sound like he was like, oh, it was so terrible and so painful. Like he just said, like, drink lots of water. It's pretty tough. Like, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
I don't think he was.
how else can you prepare for a viral infection like that? I don't think emergency will help in that situation.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is that the way this dude was describing dengue fever literally sounds like I had it after I got my COVID vaccine. Like I kid you not,
Please.
I got that shot and I felt it in my bones, deep in my joints.
I remember like passing out after mine, so
Oh my god, you're
no.
supposed to wait for 15 minutes.
What do you? No, not like pass out. Like I just like went to sleep. Like I came home and
Mm,
just kept sleeping.
yeah, I came home like started having a fever, like went to bed, and then I woke up and I literally hobbled next door into my roommate's room, and my roommates were like, "What's going on?" And I said, "I feel like I got hit by a truck," and then laid on the ground.
I like that little reenactment. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks.
You want to dive into today's topics? Oh, wait. No, before that, is this person the asshole?
No.
No. Okay, you heard it here first.
No. Dengue fever sucks, but you gotta tell people.
Get
All
over
right.
it. Move out of the tropical areas.
I I personally would like to start with selling OC because I feel like we have been waiting to talk about this.
And we might have to continue waiting because I'm on the end of episode 2. But, but, but we can chat about the first 2 episodes.
No.
And if you want to hear
No,
us
because
talk
I
about the
wanted to
full
do.
season, tune in next episode.
Okay, we're moving on because this is gonna upset me.
Why?
Okay. Because I was so excited. I had like
No, I'm sorry.
questions. We're gonna talk about what are most shy. Girl, you had
I
2 weeks.
I know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but we can talk about the first 2 episodes. I'm so knowledgeable in those
I don't
because I
remember
actually
what
watched.
happened.
So I'll tell you because I actually watched episode 2 today. Haha. So,
Okay, I have notes on
uh,
every episode. We can talk about them.
okay. So where I'm at, um, I want to say her name's Kayla. I don't actually know who Kayla is, but I'm pretty sure it's Kayla.
Oh my god, she's so annoying.
Kayla confronted Polly, for
Oh,
macking
right. Okay.
Tyler, who's recently
And then
divorced or going through a divorce.
and then the reason Kayla was mad was because in season 1, Polly was really mad at Kayla for attempting to kiss Tyler at like when they were all out at a party, and now Kayla's like, I can't, but like you can. It's like, I mean, it's like different situation. I kind of get it, but also like, girl, grow up. Like he didn't want you anyways.
But it also took me by surprise because for the first part of the season, Tyler and Alex Hall were very close. So now that
Yeah,
Polly's in the mix,
yeah,
what?
that's right. Like we need to move on. We can't talk about that. You need to finish watching.
Oh my god. Okay. Well,
You
that'll be
you
my
have.
no. It'll be my project for tomorrow. Don't you even fret. We'll come back next week and we'll reconvene. I would also just like to say seeing oh my god, what's her name?
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
I literally have
Yes.
written Chelsea in all caps on my notes.
Chelsea. Chelsea and Jarvis?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what's happening there. Chelsea said, "I am on the original show. Like, I need to get my due for this. I need to get my bag." And she said, "Get me a cameo on this spin-off that no one cares about." And you know what? She went and she did it and she slayed.
Okay, 2 things. One, she wasn't on the original show. She was on the new
Okay,
season of the original show. She is a new
this was her second
character.
season. This was her second season.
Boo
But
hoo.
you
We
can
should have
tell,
had
like,
like we should have had like
Christine.
Heather or something or Chris. No, Christine's like this is beneath me. Like Christine's doing bigger
No,
and better
no,
things.
but it makes so much sense for who Chelsea is for her to have been the one that like went on like did the cameo because Heather, like, she's got a family, she's got her kids, like, she's got her new show with Tarek, like, she's doing well. Mary, we know Mary's busy as hell, doesn't have time for this. Amanda is going through her own thing. Like, Chriselle is on the road with G, probably. Like, Chelsea's the only one that can pay her dues here. And you know what? She is here. She is working. She is making a name for herself. And this is something I can do, and I'm gonna do it.
Um I think we should start a petition to bring back Maya. Beanbag Banter is Team Maya.
Yeah, Maya, we would love to have you on the pod if you're listening. You are our favorite gal on Selling Sunset.
And Davina, if you want to spill some secrets, you can come too.
Yeah. Davina, opportunity for a tell all right here.
You might have your your next buyer for that $68 million or whatever, 68 something.
Mm,
That one house you
I'm
just
sure we
went on.
I'm sure we could scrape something together.
Um. Oh my god, I was gonna say something else and I forgot. But
Okay, so we'll table OC for now because like so much more happens. But I want
Don't
us
you
to be
fret.
prepared,
Next
Trisha.
week, I promise.
You're going to talk about most shocking moment, most toxic agent, and then the unsung hero, like who you were really like surprised in a good way by. Okay, are you ready? Are you going to be prepared for that next week?
I have a hunch as to who I'm gonna say for that.
I know who I'm saying then. I feel like my
Okay.
unsung hero is a little bit of surprise, but you'll have to tune in next week to hear it.
Ah, keeping me on my toes.
All right, should we move on to talking about struck work? This is something that I found really interesting recently, so I wanted to talk about it.
Let's go for it.
Okay, so I mean, as of like literally in half an hour from now, the writer's strike will end, which is great. But I didn't realize that I don't know if this is a written rule or like unwritten rule, but you're technically not supposed to talk about any of the work that's struck. So like any shows currently airing, anything that's like a WGA show, like you're not supposed to talk about it in like a public way like this because that's then seen as um the struck work when you're supposed to be supporting the writers. If that does that kind of make sense?
It does.
So I didn't realize this, and then I was listening to friends of the show, Brooke and Connor make a podcast, our dear friends, and Brooke was saying how she was saying her new podcast, Obsessed, won't come out until the strike's over. And I was talking to my
Wait,
friend
wait,
Gracie, and
wait. I did not listen to that episode. She's coming out with the new podcast.
she announced this in July. Okay, that's on you.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it's just her, like just her, and it's called Obsessed. Stay tuned, Lady Efron. We love you. But so I asked
Love you,
my
Brookie.
friend Gracie. I asked my friend Gracie. I said, like, why can't Brooke's podcast come out until the strike's over? And Gracie goes, probably because she wants to talk about struck work. And I was like, huh? And she was like, yeah, like you can't talk about struck work in a public way, or else you're seen as supporting the the work rather than the writers, right? Um, and she said it might be different. Like Brooke and Connor might one day want to be a part of the WGA, which might be like different from maybe you and I talking about it. Which I found so fascinating because I had no idea. And apparently, all summer I've been listening to Brooke and Connor, and they've not talked about struck work once, and I never noticed.
Yeah, so I actually just started booking Connor a few weeks ago. So instead of working my way backwards, I started from the very beginning. So I haven't even realized that either until you bringing that up. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, to be honest, like they are really good at either cutting it out or talking around it or whatever. The only time that I like noticed something weird was happening is there was a couple episodes ago they said like in redacted, like they would say use the word redacted, and I thought they were talking about a person or like just like something personal. But then Gracie was like, no, like I think they were talking about a show that is WGA, so they couldn't talk about it.
I did not know you could not talk about it publicly.
Yeah, I didn't either. Which I mean, it makes sense. I mean, at least
It
like now.
does.
I guess now we can because the strike's over. Thank God. Um, but I truly found that fascinating.
That is very fascinating, Sally.
Thank you. Thanks.
Girl,
Um.
please.
Okay. And then another thing that is not only fascinating, but like truly a revolution. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey.
Let's talk about how you called that.
I did, and I literally, for everyone that's listening, I had told Trisha when we were starting this podcast, I'm so excited to be able to do our 2024 bingo for pop culture when, when 2024 comes around, we were going to like read them. So I started making my list, thinking of things that I thought would happen. Like, so I'd have a list when it comes. I swear to God, first thing I wrote down was Taylor Swift and Travis Kelsey in parentheses, or another professional athlete, I think, because it's her time for an athlete, and I know this in my heart and soul. So, and I said this about, I wrote this on a Friday, and then I think it was that Monday after is when the Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are hanging out news broke. So I manifested this and I did this.
This is
Me
all
and Travis
you're
together.
doing. Yes, this is all
Yeah.
you're doing.
Yeah, but so now it's like kind of official. Like she went to the game with his mom, and then they were seen walking out hand in hand, and he rented out a restaurant so we could take her to dinner. Like all
I
these
didn't know that
things.
last one, but did you see the video of him and Patrick Mahomes like both looking up at the box and being like,
Yeah.
"Hey," and then the other
Yeah.
like uh team members or whoever was helping out by them like kind of looked back and was like, "Oh shit, that's Taylor Swift."
Yeah, like she's right there. Like imagine Taylor Swift coming to watch you. Like I'm sorry, that's crazy.
I don't want her to come
Bananas.
and watch me.
Right. Okay. But anyways, then I saw like every NFL social media account is like parentheses Taylor version. That's the Twitter account, or like the TikTok bios now. Taylor was here. Like they are laying into it, which I love. I love to see.
It's a great opportunity for them. Take it and run.
Mm-hmm. And then I don't know if you saw the eating chicken with ketchup and seemingly ranch.
What?
So in the box she's in at Arrowhead Stadium, there's a picture of her like with a fan, and in front of her is like a plate. It's like a piece of chicken and a cup of ketchup and a cup of some like white sauce that when the Eras Tour updates on Twitter posted this photo, they said eating ketchup and seemingly ranch. And now I feel like I've just seen it everywhere talking about the and seemingly ranch,
I
including
think
Heinz.
I have not seen this.
We're on different areas of Twitter. We know this.
We knew this, yes.
We know.
Um,
But
but I think this is really
yeah,
good for her. I hope this one sticks.
she needs someone. And I've said this. I've always said this. Okay, she needs someone that is not like relying on her, kind of. Like he's got his own thing, his own life, his own fans, totally separate from the music industry. Okay, she can't be dating actors. She can't be dating other musicians. All these people who want to mooch off of her and who want a piece of her success. No, 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 no. She's way, way past that.
And this is like really good because I'm going to assume her first time with an athlete. I don't really.
Yeah,
Okay.
that is true. That is
So,
a true statement.
so yes, he may come with like some problems as do everyone. But like it's not like the problems that like her exes have had in the past. Like not that same
Mm-hmm.
drama, which should be good for her.
Yeah, like he's a family guy. His brother's also in the NFL. They have a podcast together. His
That
mom is
keeps
at the
coming up
games.
on my For You page, their podcast.
New
I'm like, okay,
Heights. New
we're
Heights.
yeah, we're coming for you guys.
Is it good? I've never listened to it. Should I start?
So I haven't listened to it or watched it, but the
Oh,
clip that
oh,
I watched like a 30-second clip of what's his brother's name?
Jason.
So Jason and his wife were talking about leaving their children with Travis, and they're like, oh, I don't know
Mm-hmm.
if I do that. Like it was a cute clip. Um, I am curious since we know Taylor's track record. Like, they're not getting married. Um,
Speak for yourself. They might. They
okay.
might.
Well,
But this is like
based off of her history, I don't know if they'll get married, but I am
okay.
very
Based off of your
curious.
history, I don't know if you're getting married. You're not married yet.
Girl. I am curious.
Sorry, that was so aggressive. I'm sorry, Trisha. You're totally gonna get married.
I'm curious to hear her album for after Travis because I think it'll
Probably
be
like I
very
finally found a
different.
man who wants me. I finally have a man who cares about me.
Okay, so we'll agree to disagree and move on.
No, they're literally. You know how embarrassing it would be for her to break up with a football player at the ripe old age of 32, coming from the girl who wrote 15. Like she knows she has to marry him now.
You think?
Yeah, no, they're definitely getting married. They're definitely getting married. They're in love. Like you can see it. They told me also themselves.
How do you think she's gonna ask you to be the maid of honor?
I think she's like it's probably just gonna be low key. We'll go for like a low key fall weekend. Like obviously next year it's gonna take a little while for them to get engaged. Like next year, low key fall weekend at her house in Rhode Island. Think probably like mid September, and that's when she'll break the news that Travis proposed, and he proposed like right after his first game of the season after winning another Super Bowl ring, and it was a really good game. He won and also scored 3 touchdowns. So he was in really good spirits and he proposed and she said yes. And then the next weekend they had a bye week, so she wasn't at the game. So she took me to her house in Rhode Island, a couple of our other gal pals, and she asked me to be her maid of honor. It's very sweet, very cute. You know, we were taking a stroll on the beach one afternoon, and she popped the question. And how could I say no?
I don't even know what to say.
What? Like that is like
That was so
I'm a
spot
seer. Like
on.
I can see the future. Thank you,
Clearly,
thank you.
yes.
Well, I know her personally, so I would know.
You know, you'd think she'd choose Selena or one of her.
I mean, they'll be bridesmaids, of course, but her number one, like we have a pact, Taylor and I.
She's yours.
Yeah, like she
What are
will
you
be
gonna give her in
my
return?
well, she'll be my maid of honor.
How are you gonna ask her?
You know, I think it would mean the most to her if it was like very low key. So it'll obviously be like, you know, in my hometown, like when she's just like visiting with the fam, 'cause, you know, she's super close with us. Um, yeah.
Right, right. Dream big, Sally.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a huge imagination. So anyways, Taylor, hit us up when you need to MC your wedding.
Oh my god, can I be your flower girl, please?
No,
You
we're the
know
MCs. We're gonna be the no, we're the ones at the reception where it's like,
the hy-
everyone,
the
give your
hype
hands
women.
up for. I was gonna say Mr. and Mrs. Kelsey, but we all know that's not gonna happen. Put your hands up for the bride and groom, and then they come dancing in to like shake it off, but then it turns into like a really sweet like invisible string or like one of her love songs because obviously she's dancing to her own music.
She would. She
Yeah, I mean
would.
her wedding is obviously going to be filmed as if it's the royal wedding. Okay, like this is America's royal wedding we're getting, so it's going to be filmed,
Wait,
broadcasted everywhere to billions of people, probably more than the Super Bowl. Sorry, Travis. And she's not going to pass up that opportunity to market herself,
wait, that
market her
actually
music.
makes so much sense. Like, of course, she would be the type of person to listen to her own music at her wedding.
Okay, choose kindness.
Have you seen those tweets that is like about Drake, and they say like he's the type of person to clap when the plane lands, or like you know,
Yeah,
seen those like that would be
yeah,
Taylor's tweet.
like Tom Holland claps when the plane lands. I remember that vividly from the rabbit hole I went down in 2017.
That I think that would be a perfect tweet for Taylor. Like, if it were running with that joke.
Taylor's the type of person to clap when the plane lands.
No,
That's the
no,
tweet,
no,
or
no,
she
no,
would tweet that Drake would clap when the plane lands.
no. Like saying Drake would be the type of person to clap when the plane
Oh,
lands. Taylor would be the type of person to play her own music at her wedding.
oh, yeah. Well, I mean, she is a business, whether she likes it or not. Like, she needs to market herself. And how iconic, you know? When you are the greatest songwriter of all time, like, what are you gonna do? Pick someone else's music?
Pick the people that inspired you.
Mm, no,
Oh,
no.
okay.
Anyways, Taylor, Travis, we have your wedding all planned out and the proposal. So when you need that info, you can just hit us up and we'll mail it to you in PDF. Okay?
Have I ever told you that I got ordained a few years ago?
No. Why did you do that?
Just for fun, just to be able to say that I did it. But I also like didn't renew it, so I don't really know if it's valid anymore. But it is something that I once did.
You should renew it because then, I mean, you never know when you're going to be in Vegas and need to ordain a wedding.
I also don't really need to be in Vegas to ordain.
But like, where else would you just like find people getting married that need a minister quick?
You never know.
Yeah, Central Park probably.
Washington Square Park, Craigslist, Facebook
Mm-hmm.
Marketplace.
Mm-hmm. Long Island.
Yeah, that was right. You get it. You get it.
Yeah, you're right. I can't believe I thought you wouldn't need it. You should really renew that. You're missing out on opportunities.
That
The
on my
Coney
to-do
Island
list.
Pier's busy this time of year. I can't tell if I'm like actually really funny tonight or you're just like deliriously tired.
I think a little bit of both, but I was not expecting you to say Long Island. That was funny.
Thanks. I try. I try. All right. I think we should move on from this topic. I think we need to retract a couple statements we previously made.
um, I actually am not going to retract my statement. I am still gonna be Team Joe. I still will always probably be Team Joe
Here's the thing. I can't remember why we said we were Team Joe. Do you?
because he's hot.
Is that really why?
Well, okay, let's.
He's kind of short.
She's just tall.
But like, no, he's the shortest brother.
No, he's not.
I'm pretty sure. I'm
I
pretty
think that's
sure.
no. Don't say that.
I said maybe.
For our audio listeners, we are trying to flag our producer down. Mebby, can you check to see which one the shortest Jonas brother is? While she's doing that, I think we said that Joe is being portrayed to be this bad guy and like
And we don't
he's
really know the truth. Okay.
yes.
We have
Nick is 5'6". Yeah. Wait, they're all short kings.
wait.
Oh, for our listeners, because you're not gonna be able to hear Mebby, she said Nick was 5'6", Joe was 5'7", and Kevin is 5'9". How tall is Frankie? Can you check that too? Sorry, Franklin. Franklin is 5'11". You're kidding. You're
I feel
lying.
like my whole world has been turned upside down.
No, we just got our shit rocked. I also think Kevin has some height because of his hair.
Yeah.
He has some volume in his hair and in his curls that I think really probably give him an inch or two.
But I feel like Joe just gives off the short brother vibes. Is
Well,
that just me?
I think that's just
I know
you.
he's gone. Well,
5'6".
anyways,
Nick is an
he's
inch
barely taller than
taller.
us.
Nick is an inch taller than me. That is crazy.
Do you think it's because he's diabetic?
Oh. Oh. Wait, maybe.
You know, like he convinced the whole world he was dying in 2009.
Oh.
Sorry to diabetics everywhere. I'm sure that your condition doesn't make you short.
Well, if it does, if you have to get your legs amputated.
What? Wait,
Yeah. Or your feet. I think it's your feet. I don't think it's your whole leg.
I thought it was just your toes.
Oh, no. I've seen people with nubs. Anyway, I'm still Team Joe. Oh,
Okay.
I'm still Team Joe.
Okay. Um, you
Uh,
don't seem to have an issue with the whole hiding the passports, not letting the kids go back to England situation. What's your
okay.
thoughts on that?
So, if that were the case, then Sophie would have done a harder job at coming back here, taking the kids, or figuring something out. They've come to the agreement that until the divorce is settled, that the children will stay in New York. That's like the latest that I've heard.
Okay.
So if that actually were true, I think Sophie probably would have done something. She has a lot of power.
But didn't she sue him?
Yeah, and where did that get
She
her?
sued him.
Where
But
where did that get her?
didn't well, what else was she supposed to do? I think wasn't that her big
Come
move?
back and take your children.
But Joe hid their passports.
Boo hoo. How about you at least fly home first? Have a conversation in
I thought
person. She's still there, is she not?
I don't know, where does she spend her time? That's
She's in
another thing I
England.
was gonna ask. Like,
She's filming in England right now.
oh, so you're like, why didn't she go get the kids?
Yeah, like okay, the passports are
Mm,
hidden. They claim to be
wait,
hidden.
that's a good
Okay, but at least
point.
come home and physically be with your children during this
Wait,
time of
okay.
you wanting to take them
I
back.
I'm gonna actually, you know, tear a hole in this theory of yours. So over the weekend, she was seen out in New York City with Taylor Swift.
Yeah, this was over the weekend 2 days ago after they had already decided that the children would be in New York.
I thought it was like during the whole process.
I quickly scroll through People Magazine's Instagram because that's where a
That's where
lot
you've
of
been
it
getting your
is.
info.
No, no, no. Not solely there, but I did see some on there, I won't lie.
Wait, Jason Mraz on Dancing with the Stars?
Yes, please watch it. And he's good.
No.
No, he's good.
Okay, I don't care.
Okay, so Sophie and Taylor were spotted out having dinner twice in New York 5 days ago.
Mm-hmm. Which would be September 21st.
Joe Jonas responds to Sophie Turner's claim he's withholding the daughter's passports also 5 days ago, but earlier in the day.
Okay, so also September
But I'm
21st. So it seems like
trying.
during the day on September 21st versus the evening of September 21st.
Oh, I wish we did more research into this because I can click the links and read the articles, but I'm not going to do that right now.
No, no. I mean, I guess it's not that important. Either way, your theory's false because she did go to New York. It's not like she just like la di da in
Af-
England.
after after that they came to this conclusion. So of course she's gonna come to
Right,
New York.
right.
And of course she's gonna come to New York after they've decided that the children are staying in New York for the time being.
But I thought she was working. Like, wouldn't she just be like, "Oh, I'll work then"?
Yes, she was
Sophie,
working.
would you love to? I would love to have you on the pod to figure out this timeline directly from you, and also to understand if you're working.
Wait a second. Okay, so I'm going to completely take back everything that I said.
Oh, oh, really?
So Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas agree to temporarily keep their kids in New York amid divorce drama posted one day ago.
Oh my god! I literally told you. I was like, she was seen out with Taylor. So, okay, for this timeline for everyone, Joe responds to the allegations about hiding the passports the day on September 21st, which means before that is when Sophie was like, he hid the passport. The evening of September 21st, Sophie was seen in New York City with Taylor Swift. On Monday, September 25th, is when they decided that the kids were staying in New York. So, with that being said,
We are
I
still
think
Team Joe.
she did try to come get. Oh, I think I'm Team Sophie now. Well, I think I'm Team Sophie, barring any other new information coming out, because I really think this is only the tip of the iceberg for this. Actually, if I'm being honest.
You think so?
Oh, I think so. I think there's a lot coming out.
See, I know Joe. I know him
Mm.
very well.
Mm.
And he's just not the type
Oh,
of
I
guy
didn't
to.
realize.
Yeah, we're like this. And for our
Okay,
audio
right.
listeners, I'm crossing my fingers. We're like this. We're like that. You know? He told me. He told me he didn't hide those passwords.
Well, I guess if he
He
said it to your
he he
face,
loves
there's
he
no choice.
loves he loves England. As do I. We've had this conversation about how we both love England.
That's how you bonded.
That's how we bonded. One of the ways we've bonded, for sure. I've actually seen them. Like not like yes in concert, but like I've like talked to them
Walked by them.
in
Oh,
Jersey.
when? Why?
In Jersey.
Uh, everything is legal in New Jersey.
So I guess we are no longer a united
Anyways,
front.
no, I think I'm team
I'm
I'm
team
team
children. I'm
truth.
oh
Yes. No, team children. We're not team Joe, we're not team Sophie. We're team children, and we want them to come out on top. And if that's two extremely rich parents who all have remarried other rich people, so be it. When Sophie starts to date she's
people
gonna
her
be
own
with,
age.
why are they
Her
different ages?
There's a big age, not big, but there's a significant age gap. She
After Olivia
I want
Rodrigo
to I want
dates
to say
Jacob
she's
Elordi,
23
Jacob, what?
or
No,
24.
that can't
She's
be
20
right.
she's 23 or
No,
24. Am I
no.
am I lying?
Yes,
Oh,
girl,
oh.
Sophie's 27.
Okay, Mebby, cut that out. Cut me saying that. That's so embarrassing, please.
Um.
Okay, but
Anyways,
he's 34,
so
right? I think he's
I
34.
might be 36.
Okay,
I feel 36 in my bones.
I'm actually gonna keep my mouth shut. So 7 years, which is not awful, but
But you're right. You're right.
it's a significant age gap
Here's
and
what I.
maturity levels.
Here's what I can see. I'm getting a vision. Okay. Here's what I can see. After Olivia Rodrigo and Jacob Elordi have their very quick but passionate whirlwind romance, Jacob will then be ready to settle down with Sophie Turner and her children, which will then cue Joe's short man syndrome, okay? And he will date like a supermodel. Another supermodel. She's very pretty too, but I mean like a literal supermodel. Is Gigi Hadid married?
I don't think so. Let's let's circle back to Jacob Elordi and Olivia Rodrigo. I'm sorry. No. No.
Like, that's inevitable at this point.
Girl, what?
Given his track record, given her track record, like,
Yeah, she's a mess. But who did he date? Joey King. I mean, he was foul for that one. But Zendaya, please,
yeah. And then Kaya Gerber,
please,
yeah. Like, he's
yeah.
always going for, like, the super pretty, like, top of their game gals. Olivia, look, you're gonna eat your words when when come February, he's seen at her birthday party, okay?
You'll also see me there, and you'll see me talking to Jacob, and that'll prove you
Oh,
wrong.
you and Jacob are a thing?
I didn't want to say anything, but you heard it here
Wow, I can't
first.
believe you have to break it to me on the pod and can't even break it to me personally.
You heard it here first, folks. You really think Olivia and Jacob?
I don't think, like, I know.
You know.
So you
Huh.
heard it here first on Beanbag Banter Pod, February 2024. Olivia and Jacob Elordi. Hashtag confirmed. And with that, we bid you adieu. Please listen to Beanbag Banter anywhere you get your podcasts, YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Rate us 5 stars. Leave us a comment. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Beanbag Banter Pod.
See you next week. Woo!